Hey, come on, survive, y'all. Welcome back. We on day 2 now. This engine breakdown. We're gonna get this transmission off of this engine block today, or we're gonna try to anyway, because we got some rain coming this weekend, and I definitely don't want to leave this motor outside like that uncovered. I need to get it into the shop the way we can work on it, and we can finish tearing that engine all the way down and get it cleaned up real good. So we're gonna start off by undoing all the bolts off the back of the transmission, get that starter out the way, and then get the bolts off of the converter. So let's get it, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm gonna start off by taking this engine. I'm gonna roll it over to where I can get to the bolts a whole lot easier on the side of this transmission here. Then I'll bring y'all around and let y'all get a good look at it, see what we're working with. All right, y'all. So I got the engine turned on its side here. Make it easier. That's your starter and your starter solenoid. Already got all the wiring and all that disconnected from it. If you're doing this under a truck, you'll have to disconnect the wiring to be able to get it all the way out. But you got two bolts here, one there, and it's just a 9/16 socket. We'll get those two out the way. That'll pull that starter, and we can get back in that plate right there, and we'll be able to spin it and get the torque converter bolts out, and then the transmission will come out. Because I already took out all the bolts that go all the way around. So once you get that out the way, that's a wrap. That transmission will disconnect, and then we can move some stuff around easy. I'm gonna put this on my handy dandy impact. And just like that, guys, the starter is off. We're gonna look at this starter. We'll probably tear it apart, check it out, make sure it works, see if we have to get us a new one or if we can reuse this one. We're gonna try to do this entire engine build on a budget. So we're gonna try to reuse as much as we can. All right, now that we got the starter out of the way, we gotta remove this plate here. Got a bolt here. Oh, got some trash up in there. Okay. But this whole plate here, bolt there, and looks like there might be another one down there. Get that out the way, and then we can get to the access the bolts on the flywheel. All right, looks like it's a 10 millimeter. And the other one I'm gonna have to get with a ratchet. So what I did notice on this one, a little different than the newer styles. Like behind us over there, that 2000 Chevy 1500 full drive, it's got the same 4L60E, but some of the stuff's a little bit different. Like this plate here on the newer one, on that 2000 model, it's just one little plate. You don't have to remove this entire. It's not one big plate like this one is. So another good thing. You don't have to have it, but little ratchet wrenches, they do come in handy. So it looks like I got one more bolt under there, all the way on the back side. So I'm gonna re-roll the engine back this way and get that one out. Then I can get that whole plate out the way. All right, come so. So I'm assuming this 95 to 99 model should all be the same. So if you're doing this underneath a truck, you can have a total of 4 10 millimeter bolts that hold this little pan on. And then you get that right out of the way. And then now, y'all take a look at it. All them bolts right here is what we got to get off of that flywheel. That's your flywheel there, and your torque converter's right behind it. We're gonna go ahead and pull those off. You pull one, then you come to the engine, roll it over, spin it till you see the next one. There should be a total of 3 of them. Let's get those out now. Once we get those out of the way, the transmission should come completely off. So I'm gonna spin this engine a little bit because that bolt's just out of my way. And like I said yesterday, on this engine here, it's a 16 millimeter to spin the engine. We're gonna see what it takes here. So it looks like a 5/8 will work. That's 11/16 too big. So 5/8, that'll get them 3 bolts out. These should be fairly tight. We're gonna see. If the engine wants to spin like that, it'd be kind of hard, but try to hold it on the other side. So the 5/8 has a little bit of slack, a little bit too much slack. So I'm gonna find a socket that fits it a little better. All right, y'all, so I got a 15. A 15 fits it a little bit better. A little bit tighter, won't slip as much so you don't strip it out. So we got one out. Let's go ahead and spin it over till we see the next one. All right, there it is. Let's get this one broke. All right, guys, we got bolt number 2 out. I will spin it again. One more time. And there's bolt number 3. Let's see how hard this one is. This damn thing's in my way. All right, and now that one is broken. All right, y'all. So we got all 3 bolts out. That should be all of them that hold this engine together. So I'm gonna roll it back into place, and the transmission should just slide right off. Yeah, give it a little wiggle. Let's see. There we go. And come so. Just like that, transmission is no longer connected to the engine. There's your torque converter. I got a couple spares for that in the shed, so we'll see how that goes. What that one looks like. Take a look and see. So I'm gonna try to slide this transmission out of my way. Yep. There we go. And to help get some weight off of this thing so you can carry it around, Just slide that torque converter right on up. Thing is pretty dry. Hopefully this transmission is in good shape. I sure don't want to have to rebuild it. But while we got it off, you know, we'll redo all the seals on it and we'll pull the pan, check it out, probably change the screen and filter inside, clean it up, make sure there's no metal shavings in it. And if all that looks good, we'll just put it back together. That is it, guys. One down. I need to take this off. We're gonna go ahead and pull this out of our way. Let me turn this so I can show y'all a little better. So for you, this is your oil cooler lines. Should have two of them. Look like one of them's already unscrewed and out of the way. But if you're disconnecting this from inside of while it's still under the truck, what you got here is a little clip in here. We're gonna slide it up. I'm gonna get a little pick. You want to push that up out the way, and then this line, sorry about that. So what you want to do is you want to pull, there's a little clip right here. You get this little clip, pick it up, and then this line just pops right on out. So what you want to do is get you a little screwdriver, a little flathead, or some type of little pick, and you just pry at that thing, and it should pop right out. You definitely don't want to lose it. But that's the little clip right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's all that holds it on. Once you get that out the way, your line just pulls right out. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in there so I don't lose it. Same thing when you're installing it, guys. Just pop it up, slide your line in, pop it back down. And then this little plastic cap just holds that little clip in there so it don't pull out when you're going on the road. Fits right over it. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the side by side. We'll load that transmission up in the back of it, get it over to the shop. And then that engine's still a little too heavy for me to pick up. So what I'll probably do is use my chain hoist here. I'll put another hook in the back. We'll lift that up, put it behind the side by side, and then get it over to the engine hoist. See how that goes. I do not recommend y'all lifting up on this heavy ass transmissions like this. But if you can do it, do it. If not, find a safe way, get a buddy, somebody. They make hoists for this. Do it right. Last thing you want to do is throw your back out trying to lift up on an engine or transmission. All right, let's get that to the shop. like that, we got it behind that side by side, ready to go into the shop. Put a little ratchet strap just to make sure it don't try to roll over on us. And I'll better back right up to my engine hoist.